Hello, Victoria Cochrane here, spiritual healer, psychic communicator, here with you for the Spiritual Wisdom Hour. I'll just wait for a minute or so for a couple of people to jump on, but I'd like to welcome everyone watching now or later, and I will tell you a bit about myself and my journey and give some tips and hints on how to step into your own psychic clairs. So welcome everybody, Wednesday the 3rd of April, and this is my first of 4 live broadcasts to chat to people about their spiritual development and anything that's concerning them with their psychic awareness and spiritual development. Good morning, Tracy. Hi, Mary. So I'm in Tasmania and we're still in daylight savings, actually. So we have daylight savings now until this coming weekend. So for me, it's just gone afternoon. So wherever you are, good morning or good afternoon. And first time watching me, yes. So I'll explain a little bit. Thanks, Penelope. My name is Victoria Cochrane. I am a Reiki Master and Advanced Theta Healing Practitioner. I'm a member of the, a certified member of the International Psychics Association and also the Australian Reiki Connection. And this year, hi, welcome from New Zealand. And this year I was named the Tasmanian Psychic Expo's 2019 Psychic of the Year. So that's a great honour, so I'm really enjoying that. Morning, Sue. Queensland, Tracy, yes. Nighttime, goodness. We've got people from all around the place. So this is my lovely award, and so it's a great honour. But I asked, so I'm an advanced theta healing practitioner, and I work with divine energy or the creator of all that is. And I asked Creator, and I also work with Archangel Michael, if you can't tell already. And I asked Creator what I should start this series of sessions with, and he said, keep it very simple. So the simplest thing that I can think of, thank you, is to just start with my journey, and because it's actually, thank you so much. Yes, it's been a real surprise, and I just really want to talk to people today about psychics and psychicness and how it came in for me. So I was born in Adelaide, grew up in Melbourne, and went to a girls' grammar school, then trained to be a kindergarten teacher, met my husband down at Loch Nyora in South Gippsland, and we moved to Tasmania, and we have 3 grown-up sons. And so I went through a lot of health problems and things, had no idea that I was psychic, and it wasn't until I was 48 that I came into my gifts. So now I really like to spend a lot of time helping people to come into theirs, because everybody has the ability, everybody has connection to guides and to the Creator. We're all one, and we're all a part of the divine wheel. But some of us are aware of it, some of us welcome it, some of us are on different journeys, okay? So some of us need to go through a journey of discovery through religion or through a lot of other lessons before we can feel comfortable with being psychic and bringing those gifts in. So it's not for everybody, but everybody has that ability and the opportunity if they so wish. So it wasn't until I moved down to Hobart to teach that I started becoming aware of what I was capable of. I guess it was 3 or 4 years before that I started smelling cigarette smoke around me, and oh my goodness, it started driving me mad. And it's a well-told story now, but it was my grandfather who died of emphysema, and he actually taught me how to channel. So the first clair that I became aware of was clairaudience. So clairaudience is bringing in messages from spirit, and I had no idea how to do that. I had some experiences previously where I'd seen a ghost walk through the house, and I'd woken up one morning and just seen a little kind of fairy thing sitting in an outline of orange sitting next to the clock. I had flashes of blue on my glasses, which was Archangel Michael, and I had no idea what that was. So I was having these experiences, but my brother called me a science experiment once, so I guess I just thought, well, I'm a little bit odd. Maybe that's just, I don't know what's going on, but I wasn't frightened. I do remember when I was 16 having the Venetian blinds rattling violently in my bedroom and wondering what on earth was going on, and all I could think of was to pray to God. And by then I'd started losing faith in God through religion, but that was all I knew how to do, and it stopped. So when I went to Hobart, I started receiving messages from Pa, and I didn't know how it would be, but it was just, it's a thought that's not your own. So the first thing to learn to do with clairaudience and to channel and to actually hear messages is to still your mind. And that's a big thing in itself, to actually learn to just blank your mind and let the messages come in. And I guess it took a couple of years for me to really think and trust what I was getting and not just think, did I just make that up? And so trust is the biggest word that I can give to you guys today, is to actually trust what is coming in, and when you ask for help, it will be given. And when you open up to the possibilities of what's available there, oh my goodness, it comes flooding in. So for some people it comes flooding in and they have no idea what's going on. I guess I was lucky in that my first encounter, or my real encounter, was with Pa. And so he just started talking about salary sacrificing and financial stuff, and he was a chartered accountant. And then I trust, absolutely. If I didn't trust now with my work, I wouldn't be worth a grain of salt to anybody. And it is when I don't trust myself that my readings just are not trustworthy. Go to crap is what I wanted to say. So yes, so I started trusting that, and then I saw an ad for, so I was down in Hobart at this stage, and I saw an ad for a spiritual development course, and I knew I had to do it. It was $300, which at that time, and that's in 2008, was a lot of money for us, and my husband said no, but my spiritual teacher at the time allowed me to pay it week by week, and I am the same. I will never let money get in the way of helping people, so people can pay me off or in installments or whatever. And that's when I met Archangel Michael, and I learnt to go to the Creator and to see his light, and my clairvoyance started coming in. And so clairvoyance is the ability to see what you can't see with the naked eye. And the best way I can describe it is, if you can see your spelling words when you want to spell something in your head, then you can be clairvoyant. Some people just can't do it. My husband cannot see spelling words in his head, whereas I can visualise that spelling word and see it. So if you can visualise, then you can be clairvoyant. And some people can be clairaudient or clairsentient where they feel, but for other people, clairvoyance is a really tricky thing to do. And it's a tricky thing to teach. If you just do something when it just kind of comes in and that's your gift, then to actually teach people how to do that is a bit tricky. Hi Elizabeth, welcome. So so that's how my clairs came in, and then so the biggest thing then was the judgment of other people, I guess, of particularly the family, who was like, who are you and what have you done with our mother? And my husband having to get used to this new person, and my parents, I guess. But now the second biggest thing is to actually accept yourself for your gifts and actually not judge yourself. So it was pretty hard there for a couple of years, but that was when I was 48. I guess at the age of 52, I started calling myself Victoria and not Vicky. And I stood in my power, I accepted my gifts, and boom, here I was. And people didn't question anymore. And so if you are starting to become psychic or struggling with the acceptance of other people, you've just got to stand in your stuff. Just accept it and say, hey, this is me, and if you don't like it, sorry, that's fine. And I don't force it on anyone. I trust that people will find me when they need me. And I also put out to the Creator that please send people to me that need to talk to me, or that need my healing or my gifts to help access the healing energies of the Creator. But to be tuned in, to be able to have to access your gifts, doesn't make you any better than anyone else. It just makes you more tuned in, and for me, it makes me feel responsible to share it. It's no good having gifts and not being able to share them, and so I do my best to keep my prices low, so that I can still earn an income but help as many people as possible. Last year, I took the big step of retiring from my teaching career after 30 years, and I was a literacy coach and I was earning very good money. But do you know, it was the best thing I ever did, and this year is my year. It wasn't long after I made that decision that I was told that I was going to be awarded the Psychic of the Year for 2019 for the Expos, and that it's just happening by word of mouth, that Sarah has offered me these opportunities on Spiritual Events Network, that I've taken the big step and sent my 4th book to a publisher. So I guess I'm here to encourage people to take that leap of faith. You've got to take the leap of faith, and when you're getting kind of slapped down all the time, the messages are that unless you take the leap of faith, you're just going to be going round and round in circles and not getting anywhere. So I'm wondering if anybody has any questions now about their psychic abilities or spiritual development, and we can answer some questions, and then I can do some quick insight readings if you like. I just want to let you know that I have quite a lot of Facebook and other channels where you can find me. VictoriaCochrane.com is my website, so that's easy to remember. I put out a monthly newsletter, which is Reaching Out Spiritual News, and I know it's back to front, but I've just put that on Blogger. So I also have a Facebook page of the same name, Reaching Out Spiritual News, so you can find me on Facebook there. And I have 3 books published at the moment. So I'm also always receiving messages from the Masters. So I work with the Masters of the Cosmic Council, Archangel Michael in particular, work a lot with the Violet Flame. I send healing to the earth all the time, to chemtrails, to the human collective consciousness, which is around the earth and that I think is responsible. Yes, clairaudient, fine. Yes, Penelope, I'll address that in a sec. The human collective consciousness, so everything and everyone in the universe are connected, and every thought, every action, every feeling that we have goes out into the human collective consciousness. And so I send that, to send love and light into it is a really great thing, but to actually send the violet flame into it, if you don't know how to do that, you can call on Saint Germain, Archangel Zadkiel, Archangel Michael. They will do that for you. And always ask in the highest and best way for it to be done. Joe, my books are available on my website, or they're available on Amazon or any online channel. I think you can get them as ebooks as well. And they talk about ascension and unconditional love, some fallacies of doctrine, and the last one is about how other worlds live in oneness. And so the messages are really positive and really helpful to know that we're all on a soul journey, that we're all learning lessons for spiritual growth, and that God is unconditional love, and love just is. And so in the energy of unconditional love, there's no sacrifice, there's nothing to forgive, there's just lessons to be learned. So you're never alone and you're always one. So you think you're clairaudient, any tips for you? Yes, well, clairaudience is just not receiving messages, it's also seeing signs, just 111. I think that's part of it as well. Any way that you can receive messages from your guides, it will come in different ways. Had a client in here this morning, and she said that she really just said to Archangel Michael, I need help, I really need a hug. And when she got to a friend's place, great big dog stood up on its back legs, put both paws around her and gave her a great big hug. Oh, fantastic, Joe, which was just beautiful. So her request was answered. She was given the help she needed. But I love that a dog gave her the hug, because dogs give unconditional love. Not many humans are able to do that, whereas dogs just love unconditionally. So I just love that story. So that was a sign, okay? So signs come clairaudiently. Sometimes you will get a ringing in your ear. You'll get a clang. You'll get... one time I drifted off and I clearly heard Creator say Victoria, which is part of the reason I never called myself Victoria when I was a kid, because that was just like when I was in trouble. Sometimes when the Diva Kingdom or the sprites are around, I'll get a clang or so. So that is clairaudience. And the best way to do that is to meditate, is to develop it, is so find your strongest clair. So Penelope has said, I'm pretty sure I'm clairaudient. So meditate and call in your guides and all your, we all have a predominant angel guide. Please don't call in your spirit guide. Spirit guides, if it's Great Auntie Jo or someone, they're really there to help you. But when you access the spirit world, you're starting to access a lower vibration, and also some spirits will try to tell you that you're better than other people, or that, or they'll give you wrong information. So always call in your archangel or angel guide and ask them for signs and for messages. Sometimes it comes in colours. You might just see a lot of colours, or you'll see the numbers, so that is definitely signs. And it's all part of, I think, clairaudience, because it's the way they can get the messages to you. But learning to still your mind is a really, really important thing. So Jo, I am going to come back to you about your intuition. And actually, clairaudience really is our intuition too, because when you get that thought in your head that you should turn off the oven, or like this morning, yesterday I'd received, Archangel Michael gave me a clairsentient message where I just got the tingles. Actually, no, it was a burning on my foot. And he told me to be really careful driving. So I was, and there were a few hairy moments. And then this morning, just as I was coming to a roundabout, just as I was going up a hill behind a truck, I thought of him again. I thought of that message, and the next thing I had to slam on the brakes as I was trying to overtake the truck because he pulled out in front of me. And so it was just that be careful message, and thankfully I kind of listened, but I nearly didn't. So intuition is, your clairaudience. It's your angels trying to get you the messages. So some people just know they're getting messages and they just keep not listening, and then the angels will say, well, sorry, but this is really important. So if the message has been slow down, you need a rest, slow down, then you'll have an accident or something and break your leg, or they'll find a way to make sure you slow down. So you'll be protected and you won't be particularly hurt, but they'll actually get you to listen. So don't discount anything. If feathers keep appearing, if coins keep appearing, if you're shuffling cards, if you're shuffling cards and one jumps out, or the whole deck drops, or anything that happens, you see the numbers daily. So look them up and just trust and give thanks. Thank your angels. Be grateful for what they're telling you, and trust that you're on the right path, because if you're seeing those numbers daily, then that is telling you 5 is my number at the moment, change, uncertainty. But this is a big transition year for me, changing from a full-time job where I'm busy and trying to slot this work into my life. Now this is my life, and now that I've said, okay, but I'm not going to sacrifice my energy or go without or suddenly go into poverty or make my husband work more because I've answered the call to do this work. I trust that I'm protected. You will protect me, and in the energy of the Creator, there's no sacrifice. I can't believe how busy I'm becoming, and I'm so grateful for that. So I've listened, but I've also made it clear that I need protecting, and that my family needs protecting. So numbers are a big one. But if you would like to actually start to receive messages, you need to learn to blank your mind first. And that's a tricky thing. And the way I taught myself to do it was to actually ask the question, then push it out of my mind, and to see like a whiteboard, to see a blank screen and just gaze into that, or just, if you can't see it, just imagine it and just think of nothing and just allow it to come. And then when the thought comes, to trust that that was the message and not to start second guessing. It's like pulling out cards and then going, oh no, that's not right, and doing it 3 times, and then by the time you've done that, you've confused yourself to Billy-O. So developing your intuition, trust, don't discount the signs that you're getting, take notice of how they're coming and start to really develop that. So if you're seeing colours, then start to research what the colours mean. What rays do they belong to? What archangels do they belong to? What can they mean? So colours, they might relate to your chakras, but then of course every chakra relates to a ray, which is an archangel. So start to really develop that. Yeah, just see a blank screen. So to develop your clairvoyance then, see the blank screen and then start to actually see the words appear. Ask for the words to be written on the board. So when I go back to past lives now, I wait and a movie screen comes up and I just wait. The biggest thing is to wait. The biggest thing is to hold the intention. We don't need to ask because we're co-creators, so we're one and the same. There's no separation. We're not any better, we're not any less. We're one and the same than the Creator. So is to hold the intention that we be shown what we need to be shown, that we're given the message we need, but then to wait for it to appear. So it's just about having that screen there and they're just being patient and waiting. But the trust is the big thing. The trust is the big thing. So the other thing with clairvoyance is learning to project your energy. So that's called remote viewing, and it's a little bit tricky. But as a healer, the way that I can do healings for people across the other side of the world is to connect to the Creator, hold the intention of an unconditional love healing for that person by name, and then project my energy over onto them. And I could do that wherever you are, and that's remote viewing. And then I see them. So I see their shadow and their body, but I see their aura. So when I first started being clairvoyant, I could see an aura and I could body scan very quickly. Fantastic, Joe. Yeah, so there's many different types of healing. There's distance healing, there's that's fantastic, Monica. Yeah, recommendations on protection from others' energies. Yeah, so the biggest protection is connecting to the Creator. Okay, so we can have our crystals, we can do our sage, we can do all the rest of it, and be grounded. Grounding, yeah, being grounded in nature, absolutely. Thank you, Shazzy. Welcome. Great to meet you. I'm great. I hope you are too. So yes, being grounded is really, really important, but learning to actually bring in the light of the Creator, or just holding the intention that you are in the unconditional love of the Creator, that is the biggest protection. But I did have someone who was really unable to do that, Monica, and so Creator told me to actually get them to ground down the back of their spine as if a tree trunk was growing, and to actually bring the tree trunk down through their spine and actually put the roots into the earth, and then grow the branches up to connect to the Creator's light. And it worked for her. So that was fantastic that she could finally feel that she was in the Creator's light. So protection's a really big thing, of course. Now, where was I? With clairvoyance is about projecting your energy. So I might have seen 10 clients at a psychic fair, but every client that comes in, I bring in the 4 archangels of direction. So that's Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Uriel, and Archangel Gabriel. And I ask them to... Thank you. Yeah, welcome. Lovely to share. And if you've got something, I'd love you to tell me, because we learn from each other. So then I visualize them clearing the energy, make sure they keep me clear, and after every client, bring in the energy and clear. Sometimes the violet flame will come up if it was a pretty heavy session. And then I just find myself grounding. I'm just grounding, whether I've done it 100 times that day. So you've got to remain grounded, because even though you're sending your energy out, you're still in your physical body, and your physical body must remain grounded. And then I send my energy up and I bring myself into Creator's light and wash myself off, and then I bring my energy over the person. So sometimes I try to get people to actually close their eyes and then to see their third eye and to actually project themselves out of that. But I don't teach any which way. Like everybody will be different. So it's about finding... Hi, Ingrid. You're welcome. I'm so excited to be sharing. And it's about you making sure you're grounded, that you've got your archangels around you, they're clearing the energy, that you're connected to creation, the light of creation, which is unconditional, and then you can start to learn to project your energy. But if you have trouble with that, then you can call on someone like me, and there are lots of us out there who can guide you through that, and or to actually call in those 4 archangels, yes, and get them to show you how to do it. Right, Penelope, that is so important. So you've got to trust. So you've got to actually trust that you are protected. So we create our own reality, don't we, with every thought. Every thought creates. And what we believe creates our reality. So if we believe that we're going to be in trouble, if we are afraid, then we're not trusting, then chances are we could run into trouble. So it is about belief, it is about having positive thoughts, and it is about getting that help that you need if you're not sure. If you're not sure, get the help, get someone to guide you through it. Otherwise, you could find yourself in trouble. But you know, that's the kind of work I do. There are heaps of people like Monica doing that too, where you can call on and we can just kind of rescue you. I've done a few rescues, quite a lot. But the best thing is prevention, isn't it? Like, yeah. So, yes, Penelope, that's right. So trusting our intuition. Okay, so the clairvoyance is, and it's just about just projecting and trusting that you can see. Once you start saying, I can't do it, you're talking yourself out of it, and you're also talking your ego and your alter ego to kind of just say, okay, and the universe to say, okay, well, you can't do it, that's what we'll give you. So that's really important. So I have been clairvoyant for quite a while and clairaudient, and the clairsentience has come, you know, when the angels are there. Quite often when I'm working, I'll feel them around my head. If Archangel Michael wants to talk to me, he burns me on my foot. Jesus is down this side, Master Katumi is on my shoulders. So they have their different spots. So that's clairsentience. In the angelic sense, I was in a house one time and the passed over long lost brother of the woman who owned the house jumped on me because he knew that I would actually convey the messages, and that was just a tingling all over. So I don't discount anything like that. I will stop, I'll connect, and I'll ask who's there. Make sure that if you don't trust who's there, there's the law of challenge. So who are you, who are you, who are you? They have to tell you, so they can't masquerade as someone else, or in the name of Jesus, tell me who you are. And if someone won't go, if you're trying to clear a spirit, this is just a side, in the name of Jesus, they have to go, all right? But anyway, so that's the clairsentience. But also clairsentience is just the feeling that you get when you can trust someone or not trust someone, the feeling that you get with the hackles on the back of your neck. Penelope, that's so beautiful, thank you. Well, that's what I want to be here for, is to help people, because the more the world's in trouble, and the more that people become aware and become more trusting of their own gifts and shine their light, like I'm shining mine, then the better off the world will be. I say this a bit, but the saviour of the world is everybody working on their own stuff, stepping into their own gifts and shining their light, but working on themselves. We can't help anybody else if we haven't helped ourselves or love ourselves. We can't love anyone if we don't love ourselves. We've got to work on ourselves, and then it goes out to others. I tell you, I've done a lot of work on myself. I've dumped a lot of baggage, and I wouldn't be sitting here now if I hadn't. So then I'm here to help other people, and then those people will step into theirs, and so it goes, and that's the way it should be. So thank you for your lovely words, but it's what I love to do, and I bless every day for the gifts that I have. Hi Tassie. Look, I'd be happy to do that in a private reading rather than on here, because that's a private thing for you. I'm more answering messages for people stepping into their own stuff. But if anybody would like a private reading, then by all means contact me after this, and we can arrange a time. Because I wouldn't want to be sharing private kind of personal things. It's more a general thing, but by all means contact me afterwards. Beverly says, I totally agree. It's a shame when the ones with the big ego and ignorance cannot see this. Yeah, and so believe in your gifts and start to hone them. So with my clairvoyance, I actually now, what I see in people's auras is amazing, and no one taught me how to do that, and it's only happened in the last couple of years, and it's only because I've been working on it and practicing. And so now, fantastic, Marija. So proud of my gift and love and trust the divine. Always be thankful for your blessings. Absolutely. Oh no, don't say sorry, Tassie. Absolutely, please don't say sorry. Because I just feel that once I start getting... Actually, there'll be one... I'm doing 4 sessions, so I promise that in one of the next sessions I will just do quick readings for people. And if I get time in the end, I will, okay, today. But I just want to answer all the other stuff first, but yeah, that's fine. So I start tuning into people and I'll see things energetically that I'm not too sure what they are, but whatever we've done in our lives or whatever grief we've had or whatever's happened, it's actually in our aura, and the way I see it now is, I can't even explain how I do it. So it's just because I've trusted and I've been working and the gifts have developed. And so I encourage you all to keep working and keep trusting and just keep practicing, because it all just comes in. So things like a lady came in and I just tune in. So I always ask for permission to tune into someone, never just do it. We all have free will and there's a law of non-intervention. So the last clair that I could talk about is claircognizance, where you just know stuff. And sometimes that can be really intrusive. A, I don't want to know everybody else's business. And B, people don't want me prying unless they give me permission. So I always ask, even if they've made the appointment, they're coming, may I tune in to you? And then when I tune in, and I just wait to see the aura and the body come up, this woman had like a hand on her heart, and I said, it seems to me that you've just had a breakup, but you still got a hold on your heart. She said, that's exactly right. How do I see that? A lady was torn with grief over the death of a partner 2 years ago, and the blackness was actually within her and just actually dividing her. It was just so strong. Just so many things. Someone's feeling imprisoned in their mind. I'll just see 2 parallel lines and sometimes in a box. So the aura carries everything. The chakras and everything carry it too, but when I tune into people's auras now, before I body scan, I'll actually read their aura, and I'll say to them, I don't always know what it means, but this is what I'm seeing, and that's how I start the reading. So sometimes I won't even get cards out at all now, but that's only developed in the last couple of years. So claircognizance is just where you know something, you just know. And pretty sure, I'm not sure where premonitions and all of that kind of like predictions lie. It's probably clairvoyance, but it's probably claircognizance too. But it might also be deja vu too, is where we're living in every time and dimension. So we're living the past, the present and the future all at one time, because the universe doesn't operate on time. So, but if you just know something, or someone comes in and you see a spirit with them, or you just know something's happened, ask their permission first if they would like to know. because it can be very upsetting if a psychic just dumps something on someone and then because they think they should know it. Well, no one can make that decision except the person themselves, so always just make sure. But any psychic ability, if you've got angel chatter in your head or their energy is really strong, ask them to back it off. Be in control. Be in control. I've got one fellow at the moment coming in and saying, oh, the angels want me to do this and the angels want me to do that. No, this is your journey. Yes, your gifts are opening up, but you need to be in control of it. And if it's too strong or you're not ready, you can ask them, you can tell them, no, I'm not ready. Please back it off until I'm ready. Be in control. Don't be afraid. Okay, are there any more questions about that before I do answer little questions like Tassie asked? Or any comments on any of that? Thank goodness the time's going so quickly. Alright, so Tassie did ask, any messages from my family or ex who passed, please? First time here. Okay, so Tassie, I'll just tune in, and if I think I don't want to share it, because it's personal, I'll let you know, okay? Okay, so here I go. So I do have your permission, obviously, because you've asked me. So I'm grounding. And then I'm bringing my energy up and I'm connecting to the Creator's light. And I'm holding the intention, which is asking for an unconditional love reading, fourth plane reading, because I'm going into the spirit world, for Tassie for her highest and best, for any messages. And then I'm bringing my energy over Tassie. And I always look to my right, the person's left, and see the spirit world. Your ex is there. One thing I know that I need to work on more, notice my positive language, is names. I'm never very good at that. So Tassie, if you could let me know his name, please, that would be good. And then Donna, I'll have a look for you. Always remain hydrated. Make sure before you do any energy work that you are hydrated, and that if you're working with clients that they are too. Tassie, do you have a name for your ex, please? Anyway, he is there. So still working for Tassie. His message for you, Tassie, is to move forward, start moving forward, and stop looking behind or back. There's a couple of messages. Be proud, but also be confident. Really work on your confidence, because you are a shining star and you don't see that. So Peter, yeah. He wasn't always kind, he says, but you are very kind. And he's learnt that from you. And he thanks you. Just go forward, don't go back. Don't look back, always go forward. Okay. So after I've done a reading for someone, I'll just break my energy, zip up my aura and wipe it out. so that I'm broken from that person, and so I can move on to the next one and not take any energy with me. Donna was next. Anything new coming up for me soon, please? So I'm grounding again. Oh, yes. Donna, you have a lot of golden light above you. You're very open in the crown. Perhaps a bit murky down around your feet. Just make sure you are always doing your clearing. I see some paths going off to the left and the right, but really I just see you going straight. Just consolidate what you're doing now. Keep focused and just develop what you're doing now. And then the new will come. If you start going off on tangents, then you'll get distracted and not actually move forward enough for the new to happen. So, oh, thank you, Tassie. Yes, so at the moment your path is really straight. Stay on it, because this is for Donna, the little paths going off just go into the dark and don't lead anywhere. Move forward and just trust that you're on the right path, and then whatever's meant to be happening will happen. Okay, Beverly, could I please ask if there is any messages, maybe from Marlene? Okay. I always just take my time to really be specific in what I'm asking for, so that I get the right information. My word, she's a jolly, happy lady. Keep smiling, she says. Oh, she must have been really funny. Nothing's as bad as dying. She says, keep smiling. It's all going to work out beautifully. You are a beautiful person, Beverly. Know that I love you very much. Take heart. Be strong. You're stronger than you think. March on. She keeps saying, take heart, take heart. So it also could be you have a good heart. So, but she's very bubbly. And she's okay. She's very happy. Okay. Right, I've got a lot. Monica, I'm a raw foodist and found myself so sensitive to energy since I changed my diet 8 years ago. I wish more spiritual people would embrace this path, as I feel alone at times. Okay. Okay, let me look at that. But you remember what I said, that it's not about other people, okay? It's about you, Monica, and just embracing your path and just really standing strong in that and knowing that you're not alone. So really connecting to your guides, but starting to bring in your soul and spiritual family. I'd be honoured to be a part of that. Maybe I am, but on a channel like this, you'll find family. Maybe if you go onto a raw foodist channel too, you'll it's about other people are on their paths. They're on their paths. You know, they've made their choices. You've made your choice. Stick with that and really work on that, and just really nourish yourself. Yeah, nourish yourself, and know that what other people think is not important. What you think is important for you, okay? So, it's probably because with the raw food you've raised your vibration, but you need to remain grounded. So make sure you're really grounded. Make sure that you're drinking enough water, but it's more about your self-confidence, I think, and actually just bringing yourself back to you, and the right people then will come. Yeah, it's all about vibration. Okay. Tassie says, thank you so much, spot on, made me cry, tears of joy. That is beautiful, thank you. I am so blessed to be able to help you. Beverly says, haha, yes, very good. This is great, guys. Annette, anything new coming up for me soon? Now I'm getting quite a bit of an energy around my head, so I think that the answer to that might be yes, but I haven't looked yet. Your aura looks like there's a lot of colours and quite a lot of changing going on. The changes will come because you're changing. You're changing your perspective on things, you're changing vibration. There's a lot of in and out for you. There's things coming in, people going out. So yes, new changes, but good ones. The new can't come in unless we release the old. And so just go with the flow. When you're in divine flow, you're trusting that you are where you're meant to be, that everything is going the way it's meant to be, and your path is true. So I'm just going to have a look at your path, Annette, to see. And the way I do that is I go into your soul space and I project outwards, and that's how I see it. Yes. You've also got a few deviations off your path. But again, any changes that come are keeping you on the right path. So embrace the changes and allow whatever's coming out to go out. Transition's messy, transition's painful, so sometimes it can be hurtful, but when the old is let go, and that's letting go of the feelings and all of that as well, then the new will come in. So yes, there's new things coming for you, but you're still on the right path. And I would say that's the same for a lot of people. You're the second person in the last 5 minutes that I've seen that. If you deviate, then it'll just take you longer to. So if you don't know where you're going, you need to work that out. You know, sometimes we don't, but we need to trust. But do you have an intention? Do you have a goal? Do you have an aspiration? And focus on that with firm intent. With intent, it is. Okay, guys? So you just need to be really intentional that whatever you want to happen in your life will happen. Always hold the intention that it's for your highest and best, not the greater good. The greater good's not always for your highest and best. So just really hold that intention. But the changes are happening within you, and allow that to happen. Breathe through it. If you need help, I'm here, but it's all going to be fine. Stacey, hello Victoria. Is anything popping up for me? Going through a bit of a rough time at the moment. Very grateful. Beverly says, oh, thank you. Yes, march on are her words. Take heart, follow my heart. I think Thank you so much. That was wonderful. Gave me tears. Oh my goodness, that's beautiful. That's amazing. Thank you. Monica, thank you. I'll stay strong. Yes, grounding is a daily practice. And Tassie's very grateful. Waited 38 years to hear that. That's really awesome. So grateful I can help people. Now Rachel, yes. Stacey, I might just come back to you. I'm just going to come to Rachel, who says, I'm feeling really intense energies around at the moment. I've had some activations recently, but my body is so tired. Yep, I'll tune in and have a look. Always break your energy from the last person. So I'm wondering whether you've absorbed some energies or something, but I'll have a look. There are a lot of intense energies around at the moment, so okay. So you've had some activations. Let me have a look now. Well, your chakras are looking lovely. But you do have some energy on your left side, which is your feminine side, invading you. So I just think that you've absorbed some energy somehow. I'll ask for clearing if that's okay. Just ask for that to be cleared away and to cut ties with people that you've worked with or that have worked on you. It's really not your energy, just sending that away. Just wondering about the energy of the master or energy of the person who worked on you, and this is not a criticism, okay? It's just about always making sure that the person is grounded, that you're grounded, that your energy is sealed up afterwards, and that the energy between the two of you is broken. So it's just something like that. So, and just asking for a grounding for you now, Rachel. Yeah, hopefully that helps you a bit. Hello, Holly. Okay, back to Stacey. Thank you for waiting, Stacey. The time is, oh gee, an hour goes quickly. Hello, Victoria. Anything popping up for me? Right. Your energy, it's like you're in a prism, not a prison, a prism. You're clear at the top, but you're a bit darker down, and you're in a triangle. Pretty sure you've got family stuff to work on that's keeping you kind of trapped from moving forward. But you know about that because, Stacey, your head is clear and you kind of, you're cognizant of that. You really need to call on your angel guide, and I'll see who that is. It's Lord Melchizedek is the master. Archangel Uriel. So call on them to help you to move forward, and that any situation that's keeping you stuck and not being able to move forward because of other people's issues, to be cleared in the highest and best way, and that you be helped to move forward. Okay. Karen, hello. Holly, any messages for me, please? All right, I'll do a couple more, but my time's running out. But I'll be back at the same time next week. And if there's anything you'd like me to cover in a general topic, could you type that in now? Because I'll be guided by you guys. Okay, Holly. Holly, you do have a being with you. Asking them to state their name and purpose. It looks like a master, but it's an archangel. Archangel Gabriel. Asking for the message. Stand your ground. Stand your ground and speak your truth, and don't back out from that. You are way in front. You're much further down the path, which just makes you more tuned in, more aware. And it's hard when you can see the bigger picture and other people don't. So just stand your ground, speak your truth, but always do that with love and compassion for the other people. But don't let people drag you down to their level. So that's the message I've got for you. Bianca. So I'll just go for your life because I'm running out of time. Bianca, yep. Just being specific. There's a lot of red projecting from your heart space, so I wonder if that's about, I'll sit my energy in it because I won't know what that's about. It seems to be about your partner, so a little bit of miscommunication, it's either your partner or work, but it seems to be more about your partner, of just always communicate clearly, always put everything on the table, because otherwise he misreads it, or there's a chance that you guys kind of aren't on the same wavelength. So that can cause a lot of hurt and anger that's not necessary. So, but I'll just project about work as well. I get a nice feeling from work. Work seems to be a good place for you. Just hang tight in there because more opportunities could come up, but you're doing well. But just keep the communication channels really open, and when you do, take the emotion out of it and just address the issues. Don't kitchen sink either. We women are a bit good at that sometimes. Look, I just have to love you and leave you, you guys. Thank you so much for your feedback. And Marie Jo, your dad's around me. Yeah. You feel he wants to say something. Okay, well, I'll finish on this one. Okay. Yeah. He's holding your hand. He wants to thank you for the love and support you gave him, and that he appreciates that. He wants to tell you how amazing you are, and that his beliefs have shifted, and he just needs to tell you that he loves you. And something about fight the good fight, and I have no idea what that means. Stay strong, be proud, be happy, but above all, know my love never left you and never will. So with that, I want to thank you all so much for ache, legs, please help. Oh goodness. Oh dear, I can't leave you like that, Cheryl. I have to look in. Okay. Seems to be going up your back. I see a spot, Cheryl, in your lower back, and if I set my energy in that, there's something about you not feeling or being supported, and your body is just trying to support you, but they're getting tired. You need to get some more support, or know how to feel supported from the Creator and from your guides, and from your spiritual and soul family. You're never alone, but you're doing it all on your own, and your body's telling you that you're emotionally and mentally and spiritually exhausted, and your cups are empty, and you need to do something for yourself to fill them up and actually renew and regenerate and refresh. So take a load off, and don't be so hard on yourself either. But yeah, it's all about feeling supported and actually doing too much for other people, or not getting the support for you. So really start to put you first. Okay, much love to you all. Thank you so much. I've just had a beautiful time. I'll talk to Sarah about making it a bit longer, maybe next week. If you have anything you want me to address, and if I haven't got to you, I do apologise, but I will next time. Much love, everyone. Don't forget victoriacochrane.com. You can find my books online, and find me on Facebook at Reaching Out Spiritual News. Okay, and my newsletter's out now, so you can click on the link to that. Much love. Have a beautiful day or night, wherever you are in the world. Goodbye.